Surah 44, Ad-Dukhan. By the one who's denoted by the name Allah, who created my being with his names in accord with the meaning of the letter B, the Rahman, the Rahim. Ha Mim. The comment mentions life, knowledge, the reality of Muhammad, the clear book, the apparent Sunnatullah, tradition of God, and the knowledge of the reality. We disclosed it during a blessed night, an instance of the experience of non-existence. We are the warners. The wisdom pertaining to all affairs are realized in that state of non-existence. By a command from us, we are the disclosers of the messengers, as grace from the Rabb of those who are disclosed. Indeed, he is who? God is it. The Sami, the Alim, hearing, knowing, the Rabb of the heavens, the earth, and everything in between. If you are of those who have attained certainty, there is no God, only who gives life and takes life. He is your Rabb and the Rabb of your forefathers. But no, they are in doubt, amusing themselves with the worldly life. Watch for the day, the time when the reality of man will become apparent, when the sky will bring a visible smoke, Dukhan. It will encompass the people. It is a severe suffering for not having realized and fulfilled the requisites of the reality. Our Rabb, take us out of this state of suffering. We are indeed believers now. How is it possible for them to be contemplating and taking a lesson now, when a clear Rasul, messenger, had already come to them? But they turned away from him and said, he is a well-instructed madman possessed. Indeed, we will lighten the suffering a little, but you will return to your old state. At that time, when the sky brings the visible smoke, we will seize with the greatest seizure. Indeed, we take retribution for all offenses. Indeed, we had tried the people of Pharaoh before them with difficulties. A Kareem, noble and generous, Rasul, messenger, had come to them, saying, deliver the servants of Allah to me. Indeed, I am a trustworthy Rasul, messenger. Do not be arrogant towards Allah. Do not defy the Rasul. I have presented to you a clear and undeniable proof, and I have sought refuge in my Rabb, the names comprising my essence, and your Rabb, your essence, from your desire to stone me to death. If you do not believe me, then at least leave me alone. Moses turned to his Rabb. These are guilty, duelist people. His Rabb said, set out with my servants in the night. Take them away. Indeed, you will be pursued. Leave the sea in its open state. Indeed, these are an army to be drowned. They left behind many gardens and springs, and many crops and beautiful sights, and the many blessings with which they found comfort and pleasure. Thus it is, and we left them for another people to inherit. And the heaven and the earth did not wait for them, for those who drowned in corporeality, nor were they looked upon, acknowledged. Indeed, we saved the children of Israel from that humiliating suffering. From Pharaoh, who symbolized the ego, indeed he was arrogant and a squanderer, who wasted his inherent essential forces. Indeed, we chose them, the children of Israel, over all the world's people with the knowledge, and we gave them signs in which there was a clear trial. Indeed, they said, there is nothing further than the first death. We are not to be resurrected after death. Then bring back our forefathers if you are truthful. Are they better? Are the people of Tuba, the ruler of Yemen, and those before them? We destroyed them. Indeed, they were guilty, duelist, and we did not create the heavens, the earth, and everything in between for play. We created only as the truth, the manifestations of our names, but the majority of them do not know this truth. They will be gathered at the specified time of differentiation, that is, time when no friend will avail a friend, nor will they be helped, except those upon whom Allah bestows His grace. Indeed, He is who? The Aziz, the Rahim. He's the mighty, the merciful. Indeed, the tree of Zaqqum, stifling, is food for the denier, who denies his essential reality. It is like molten metal, it boils in their bellies. Like the boiling of hot water, seize him and drag him into the midst of fire, then pour the suffering of that boiling water over his head. Tasted, you considered yourself Aziz and Karim, mighty, generous. This is the thing you doubted and denied. Indeed, those who protected themselves are in safety among paradises and springs, dressed in fine silk and brocade, facing one another. And thus it is, we partnered them, the conscious humans manifesting the forces of the names. With Hauris, bodies with superior and clear vision, heart, they will act therein for every kind of fruit, expressions of gnosis, safe and secure. They will not taste death therein, except the first death. They are immortal, and he will have protected them from the suffering of burning. As bounty from your rub, this is the great attainment, and we eased Al-Quran in your language, that perhaps they may reflect on it. So observe and wait. Indeed, they too are waiting. Now, it's important that as much as meanings in your own language are essential, and in terms and other explanations perhaps that you can understand, you should hear the scripture in its original language and find out particular inflections of some things. You'll find a lot more miracles in terms of the references to the stuff throughout the heavens. Now, the smoke. So, is it just pollution gets that bad? Yeah, that's going to not be easy on people. Is it going to be a volcanic event? That stuff happens eventually anyways. Is it going to be something nuclear? A nuclear war is, could seem like it could happen before this video is released, but the point is that plagues like that do happen. And a plague like that happening on a global scale, volcanic activity, sometimes there's like glass that forms and cementing in your lungs because of the stuff. So that's part of how bad that can be. But the fact that you can be plunged in an ice age because of a volcanic eruption or nuclear war is, plenty, even if the toxic effects are damaging from particle effects aren't personally experienced.